I was 13 years old when I first learned how to quiet the noise in my mind. I didn't know it then, but that moment would shape years of my life. My name is Gerard Bradbury. I'm the author of the books Tripping Over Myself and The Trails and Trials of Addiction and Anxiety. Each week on this podcast, I'll read a short passage from my books and talk about where I was in life at that moment, what I felt, what I misunderstood, and what I see clearly now. Today's reading comes from The Trails and Trials of Addiction and Anxiety. Alcoholism and anxiety are deeply intertwined. They feed off each other and quietly take over a person's life, influencing decisions, relationships, and self-image. I was 13 when I first learned how to quiet the universe inside my mind. It wasn't in a philosophy book or a therapist's office. It was in a murky, unlabeled bottle of homemade lemon gin. Failing my first year of school years earlier had planted a seed of self-doubt that never entirely disappeared. Along with every other imagined failure a young teenager could conjure in an out-of-control mind that felt like it was carrying the world's problems. I thought I had no escape, no one I could turn to and say, "I'm in over my head. Please help." That alone is a recipe for disaster, especially for a child. That early feeling of not being enough grew into a constant, buzzing anxiety, building invisible walls around me. When I found alcohol and convinced myself it offered the kind of connection I'd never have with another person, those walls felt unbreakable, and the gin offered me my first taste of silence. That was just a couple of paragraphs from my book, The Trails and Trials of Addiction and Anxiety. Looking back now, I don't see a troubled kid. I see a 13-year-old trying to manage problems that were never meant for a child. Failing my first year of school became a story I told myself for years. No adult ever said it defined me, but kids did, and their words stuck. I didn't have a word for anxiety back then. I just knew my mind never stopped. I imagined judgments that were never spoken and convinced myself I had to handle everything alone. Alcohol didn't feel like escape because it was fun. It felt like escape because it was quiet, and I mistook that quiet for peace. I wasn't trying to get drunk. I was trying to get relief. That misunderstanding between silence and peace became a long detour between me and my own mind. And that search for clarity is what this podcast is really about. Thanks for listening. Next time I'll continue with Chapter 1 and talk about how anxiety built an entire world inside my head, long before alcohol entered the picture. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk soon.